2nd, 2026. Please stand for the invocation of our Hannigan and for the resolution.
Eternal God, we pray that you bless this meeting. Let us feel your presence, Lord, and renew our strength. Help us to work together and have a productive meeting. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act has been given out this meeting by forwarding notice to the South Jersey Times and the Elmer Times Company, and by posting notice in the Fifth Street office complex, and by filing notice in the offices of the Salem County Clerk and the Clerk of the Board, all having been done at least 48 hours in advance.
Roll call, please.
Director Laura?
Here.
Deputy Director Taylor?
Here.
Commissioner Ramsey?
Here.
Commissioner Timmerman?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Collier?
Here.
We have a quorum, sir.
Thank you. Commissioner, what's your pleasure with the minutes?
Mr. Director, I make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the minutes from the April 8th regular meeting. Minutes are to be received, approved, and recorded in the minute.
I'll second the motion, Mr. Director.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. It's unanimous. Thank you. Today we have a special recognition as National Public Health Week, and as Lauren Amakala. That's the way to say that.
Oh, good.
Good job. And our Commissioner Paul Collier will be doing the presentation. Thank you, Paul.
So we're recognizing April 6th as National Public Health Week. I'm going to read the proclamation. Whereas public health professionals work tirelessly to protect and improve the health of all residents in Salem County, focusing on preventing disease, promoting wellness, and ensuring equitable access to Salem health services. And whereas the observance of National Public Health Week highlights the importance of creating healthier communities through education, policy, and community engagement. And whereas public health efforts in Salem County include disease prevention and management, emergency preparedness, environmental health, special child health services, mental health and addiction services, and aging and disability services. And whereas it is essential to recognize the dedication and contribution of public health professionals, volunteers, and organizations who work to safeguard our community's health care every day. And whereas National Public Health Week provides an opportunity to raise awareness about key health issues and encourages residents to take proactive steps toward healthier lifestyles. Therefore, the Salem County Board of County Commissioners hereby recognizes the week of April 6, 2026 as National Public Health Week in Salem County. It encourages all residents to join in efforts to grow and protect the health of our community. Thank you.
I was gonna say, I'm very short.
Oh, you want to be on top here?
I'm very short, even up here, I'm still.
You want us down? You want me down here?
Yes, for the.
I think I'll do it. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So here it is. Hi, guys.
You want us to back up?
No, I'm getting that, guys. Thank you for recording. But, good, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for
Thank you.
Any waivers?
Yes, we have 3 waivers. A6, resolution accepting a memorandum of agreement between the County of Salem, the Salem County Sheriff, and the Salem County Sheriff's Officers Association. A7, resolution accepting a memorandum of agreement between the County of Salem, the Salem County Sheriff, and the Salem County Sheriff's Superior Officers Association. D1, resolution authorizing the execution of agreement modification number 1 to the fiscal year 2023 Railroad Trade Assistance Program grant agreement for the Salem Rail Yard Rehabilitation Project.
Commissioners, of the reading these three resolutions, what's your pleasure on waiving the rules?
Mr. Director, I make a motion to approve the waiver of these three resolutions.
Second the motion, Mr. Director.
Thank you. I have a motion and second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Pass unanimous. Correspondence, General Committee, Commission minutes and reports. Commissioners, what is your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I make a motion that the following correspondence, department reports, and committee commission minutes be accepted, filed, and made part of the minutes.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Director.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Pass unanimous. Payment bills and claims.
Mr. Director, I make a motion that all bills and claims, when properly signed and audited, be paid and charged to their respective accounts.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Director.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on our bills and claims? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Danny, a little quicker.
Sorry, we gotta go.
Pass unanimous. Thank you. Treasurer's report.
Mr. Director, I make a motion that the treasury report be received and filed, subject to audit, and that it be spread full and complete upon the minutes.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Director.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the treasurer's report? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Pass unanimous. Resolutions, administrative committee.
A1, resolution amending resolution 2026-043, appointing members to the Salem County Advisory Solid Waste Council, LAC, Richard Venable, and alternate Jeff Colombo, Woodstown alternate Glenn Merkel, Upper Pittsgrove, Ed Meshi. A2, resolution authorizing the acquisition of various easements for the Salem County broadband projects. A3, resolution authorizing the assignment of civil litigation matter Ernest Bach and Sons, Inc. versus County of Salem, docket number SLM-L-00076-26 to Rooney and Donahue, PC. A4, resolution accepting and executing fiscal year 2026 capital equipment grant from the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs. A5, resolution authorizing the award of a contract under ESCNJ Cooperative Contract 2324-19 to Comcast Business Communications LLC for Internet access and data transmission services. A6, resolution accepting a memorandum of agreement between the County of Salem, the Salem County Sheriff, and the Salem County Sheriff's Officers Association. A7, resolution accepting a memorandum of agreement between the County of Salem, the Salem County Sheriff, and the Salem County Sheriff's Superior Officers Association. A8, resolution authorizing the award of a fair and open contract for providing traffic engineering consulting services, RFP number 26-05.
Commissioners, for the reading of these 8 resolutions, what is your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I make a motion to approve these 8 resolutions.
I will second that motion, Mr. Director.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? We want to take this time, A1, volunteers for this county are amazing people that step up and do the work, not getting paid and stay and do great work for the county. We appreciate those. The Solid Waste Advisory Board, in my 15 plus years being here, has only been used once or twice. I think we're getting used again this week.
29th, they're coming up, the 29th of the evening, is 6 p.m. is their next meeting.
So they come out and represent the county, and we're so proud of all our volunteers, not just those, but it's amazing. Salem County is a great county for volunteers. So, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. And the space unanimous. Health and Human Services.
C1, resolution applying for funding for the local core capacity of public health emergency preparedness links grant program. C2, resolution approving a memorandum of agreement between FabCare Inc. and the Salem County Department of Health and Human Services for mobile health services. C3, resolution authorizing the mutual termination of contract for providing congregate nutritional services effective March 19, 2026.
Commissioners, you've heard the reading of these 3 resolutions. What is your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I make a motion to approve resolutions C1 through C3.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. It's unanimous, thank you. Public Works.
D1, resolution authorizing the execution of agreement modification number 1 to the fiscal year 2023 Railroad Freight Assistance Program grant agreement for the Salem Railroad Rehabilitation Project.
Commissioners, other reading of this resolution, what's your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I motion to adopt resolution D1.
Mr. Director, I will second the motion.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Facing none. Agriculture and Information Technology Committee.
E1, resolution authorizing the proposed acquisition of a development easement on Jenny Liger Farm, Block 74, Lot 17, Paulsboro Township. E2, resolution authorizing the proposed acquisition of a development easement on Stephen Schellender and Lorianne Schellender Farm, Block 29, Lots 21, 21.01, and Block 30, Lot 8, Lower Alloway Street Township. E3, resolution authorizing the proposed acquisition of a development easement on Robin Joy Harold Farm, Block 25, Lot 1, Upper Pittsburgh Township.
Commissioners, after reading these three resolutions, your pleasure.
Mr. Director, I make a motion to approve these three resolutions.
Mr. Director, I'll second that motion.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Once again, Salem County stepping up and farming and preserving more acreage. We're either number one or number two. I think we're number one in the state.
For number one, and be the head of our.
And it's something like driving around Route 55, and seeing all the construction going on in Gloucester County, going towards Salem County, and it stops at the border. Responsible growth is important for Salem County, as we, all the commissioners are for. Responsible growth, and just seeing these things throughout, it's crazy. It's great to be in Salem County, drive down the road and see farm fields and see corn and deer and cattle, and it's amazing county. So, once again, putting these farms under farmland preservation saves even more areas. So, thank you to those that are doing it, and at that point, we have a discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, it's unanimous. Moving on to commissioners, do we have any old business? Commissioners, any new business? Hearing none, commissioners, vote.
I'll do one, and that is that this past weekend was the biannual, twice a year, or something like that, household hazardous waste event at the Improvement Authority. 190 residents took the time to bring hazardous waste. It could be motor oil through light bulbs, and they take the batteries that are so dangerous to catch fire. 190 people came through 6 tons of hazardous waste. It's expensive, but it's a lot cheaper than taking it out of the ground. Great event.
Any other new business? Hearing none, commissioners, do we have public announcements?
Yes, Mr. Director, I have a couple of announcements. First, I want to start with thanking this board for the past couple of years, putting the financial assets in place to get back to restoring our roadways in-house with our road crew department. It was beginning to pay off. They paved about 200 tons of asphalt on Haynes Neck Road last week, the week prior. They're now working on Beartown Road. They've done just on Beartown Road. They did a 200-foot strip for the width of the lane. This is going to pay off really big time next winter when we're not spending as much money on the cold patch, which we spend ruthlessly patching the same pothole, sometimes 5-6 times in the same season. So hats off to Dan Hickey, the road superintendent. He's teaching all the crew how to do the work and do it properly, removing all the old pavement, laying down new pavement. And folks are just, the road crew team, they're just happy, motivated, and thrilled to be able to do this kind of work. So thank you for it. Secondly, I will just make a pitch for the first ever film festival that will be happening in Salem County this Saturday, the 25th in Woodstown. We are a film-ready county that we spent some time getting certified through the state of New Jersey with the idea to bring in filmmaking to the county. It's a great economic benefit when they come in. They can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in very short periods of time on hotels, restaurants, hardware stores, everything they need to do a movie. So this film festival will be highlighting local county talent. And it's amazing, when we started this festival, we had no idea how many residents in Salem County are in the film business. It's phenomenal, so we really see it as a great start. Tickets are free. You go online to Film Festival, SalemCountyFilmFestival.com. You get tickets. There'll be events all day long. The Borough of Woodstown has been very, very gracious, opening up the center of town for us, along with the Blue Moon Theater, Farmers and Bankers, and many stores within downtown Woodstown. So we're really happy about that. A couple of quick announcements. Tomorrow afternoon from 1 to 6 p.m., American Red Cross will be doing a blood drive at the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 6 in Pennsville on South Broadway. Also tomorrow between 11 and 1 is a Plant Propagation 101 course at Salem Community College in the Donnelly Hall. It's free to attend. On Friday, American Red Cross will be at the Pennsgrove Masonic Lodge on Georgetown Road in Carnes Point from 8 to 1 for a blood drive. Also Friday evening at 6 p.m., a free event at the Marlton Park Rotary Pavilion will be a gospel folk concert and old hymn sing-along, something to sing about with John Keith Davis. Saturday, April 25th, where there's a lot to do in Salem County on Saturday. We have the 11th annual Nick Mowers 5K run, which will start at the Shipyard, 60 Main Street in Pennsville at 7:30 a.m. There's registration, race starts at 9. Also on the 25th from 8 to 3 p.m. is the Salem County's largest yard sale. It'll be at the Salem County Fairgrounds, 735 Route 40 Piles Road. Saturday, 8 to 5:30, New Jersey Boater Safety Course that will be taught at the Salem Boat Club, right here at the river, Salem Pennsville Road, 8 to 5:30. We have also on Saturday, 11 a.m., 10 o'clock check-in is the Salem County Division of Mental Health and Addiction Services Stigma-Free Walk. That will take place at Duns Park, 230 Shell Road in Carnes Point. I mentioned the Film Festival. The Blue Moon will also be hosting a variety show at 12 p.m. on Saturday. We have the Saturday 25th from 3 to 7:30 p.m. is the 50th annual Pot Pie Dinner. Salem Friends Meeting, 250 East Broadway, Salem. And not the price, but the seating starts at 4:30. They also have takeout. Salem County, Sunday, April 26th, Center 2 Fire Company's annual pancake breakfast from 7 a.m. to 11. Tickets are $13, sit in or take out. And they're located at 64 Deal Town Road, Pittsburgh. We have music around the county on Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Salem Community College, the Greater Philadelphia Choral Society. Tuesday, April 28th is Neighborhood Cleanup Day in Salem City from 9 to 12. It'll be working at Thompson Street. And take us into next week. Paul has a few announcements.
You pretty much covered everything I had highlighted here, so everything goes down. Just a reminder that the first Thursday of each month, we have free lead and health screenings at the 5th Street complex. Behind the complex on the first Thursday of each month, they have proactive HIV testing. And of course, we have our Salem County Recovery Transportation Services Monday through Friday, as long as you give them 48 hours of advance notice. And if you need any more information about these events, or there's a lot more events out there across the county, visit the Salem County NJ.gov website. That's it.
Just want a little bit of an advertisement that we've had preliminary discussion with the VOTAD, possibly putting a diesel mechanic school at the VOTEC. There's a serious shortage. Reason I bring that up, I'd like to find someone retiring, somebody that needs to teach. That would probably be the hardest thing to do, is find a teacher to teach diesel mechanics. So we're looking forward to that possibility of starting that up, maybe in the fall, maybe doing a night school. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that like to get into the diesel mechanics. There's definitely a shortage. There's a shortage all over. So it'd be great to bring that together in Salem County. So if you had anybody out there, know somebody, let it talk to them, or put the VOTEC in touch with them. You had something else you want to bring up?
Yeah, on Saturday, May 2nd is the Fenwick Colony Spring House Tour here in Salem. The courthouse will be open, and Mrs. New Jersey will be here in her dress representing the tomato for New Jersey, and she'll be here at noon for a couple hours, and she will be doing the historical part of that, why how the tomato was eaten on our steps. So she'll be here on Saturday, May 7th.
Commissioners, any other public announcements? All right. No, okay. Time for public comment. Each speaker will have 4 minutes. Please step up to the podium, fill in your name and your address, and also state your name and your address when you come up. And now's the time.
Thought Charles was going to lead us off, but I will. Tom Hickson, 332 Fort Bridge Road, Pittsburgh Township. I'm a lifelong resident of Fort Bridge Road, so I've seen it go from a slower, more rural road to what we've got now, which is turned into a cut through between Weymouth Road or the Lime Industrial Park onto Route 40. Further exasperated by the truck traffic that we've got now from the same route. Also, we got a fuel depot up the road from us. We don't have any signage on the road, and I think that's part of the largest problem we've got regarding speed. We get it from both trucks and from residential traffic. I think just because there's no signage, we get kicked back to a 50-mile-an-hour, I don't know how to word it, estimated speed from the DOT, and realistically, with the amount of homes we've got, guys we've got on the street, it's not really an ideal speed. And if you're doing 50, all of a sudden you're doing 55, and you're doing 60, and you're not going to stop in time. That being an issue on its own, the next issue would be our truck traffic that we've got. And in their defense, for the most part, you do see a lot of them slowing down, but not all. And with a fully loaded truck, it's going to take longer for them to stop anyway. But we're seeing way more than we've ever had seen before. So I think what the goal of the township or of the road behind me is that we get speed limit restrictions and a weight limit restriction that more properly reflect the road we're on. I know Charlie's handed everybody out a packet with more than enough accessory detail that kind of outlines alternative routes, alternative route times. And I think the general consensus, at least from our end, is that you won't see that much more of a longer time if you take in the proper route to 40 to 47 by cutting down Fort Bridge Road. I know tonight you had passed a resolution approving, and Danny might help me with this, but it's approving what was your last resolution? Is that for a traffic study or a?
EDR, yes.
So the hope is that within that traffic study and further detail, we'll be able to come to a final conclusion of getting some signage and getting some, I guess, representation. I guess
I started to put that packet together. That was amazing. That was amazing. I spent about half an hour cruising it. I still have about 2 hours to go. So well done. Congratulations. That was awesome. So, and I'll share that with the people that's on the study. So it's not going to go to waste for sure.
Is the fuel depot at Salem County or in Cumberland County?
It's actually in Boston. Yeah, it's right at 40 in Georgetown. It was a vacant lot for, I'm 37 my whole life. Turned into a 76. The Exxon that was across the street from that has since closed up. You know, listen, it's a large part of its progress
so you gotta deal with that. You're gonna have more cars on the road no matter what than you had 50 years ago. But, the goal at the end of the day is that when they're going down the road, they're not treating it like a highway. And that the cars that are going down the road are, you know, more realistic for the home we've got on our street. You know, there's nobody stopping in the
30
semi.
seconds.
Nobody stopping by and having a semi dropping off anything at their home. Aside from box traffic, you know, with FedEx, Amazon, what have you. But as of right now, like I said, we've done nothing, so there's nothing for the police to be able to kind of reflect that they can issue citations or anything. So,
Well, Steve,
thanks for your time.
Thank you. Mr. Sheriff.
My name is Carl Schmidt. I live at 283 Fort Bridge Road. I'm here about the same thing. I built my house about 6 years ago. And just in those 6 years, I've seen the difference in the traffic. The road is in pretty good shape, but you move it, it is terrible. It's torn up and the trucks going back and forth. My big concern is my grandkids, because they go out on the bus. Now, for the first years, they would just go right out of the house and stand in the driveway, and the bus would come down. Now they have to cross the street. And on 2 instances, while they were sitting there, cars came down the hill. It's not a very steep hill, but it's enough that you can't see. And they didn't see the bus. They couldn't stop. They had to go around the bus. They blew their horn, one blew their horn, but still, if my kids across the street now, because that's where they pick them up, now I've got to worry about crossing the street when the bus comes. Like people come down the hill. The trucks, I think, are diverting to our road because they miss like 4 red lights. If they go down 40, which I guess is a designated road for the trucks. So it's a little bit of a shortcut for it, but it doesn't save too much time. My concern is the speed people go. 50 miles an hour is fine. They say that the 50 is still a little steep, but these people are going 60, 65. And they come up with the hill, kids, all 4 wheels on the ground. So, and you can't see. I had, when I put my driveway in, my entrance to my driveway is 3 foot wide. That's so I can turn in at 45 miles an hour. So that somebody doesn't hit me in the back end, they're coming up over the hill. And it's happened numerous times. Or they'll try to go around on the left, and there's a development straight across the street, and there's people turning out of the development. They don't have a chance. One car's already ran into my neighbor's wall because of that. So I think he's done a really good job with laying everything out. I read it too, and it's a lot of reading, but it does explain it.
You should be proud of it.
You should, yes. As for the township, I think you guys do an excellent job. Roads are taken care of, they patch the holes when they come up, but it's getting, the road is getting over bad, and it's mainly from the trucks.
It's on our list to get one.
Thank you much.
And with the study, hopefully some of the things change. Hopefully, I agree, it's a bypass, the trucks use that for bypass, it's not a good thing.
They're only missing 4 lights.
It's a narrow road.
Hello there. My name is David Watts. I live on 210 Fort Bridge Road. Here's the same thing. I have a farm that I recently started. I bought it five years ago. And I've also noticed the extreme amount of traffic going down there, just not for tractor trailers, but just about everyone. For context, my farm is right by the intersection of Porchtown and Fort Bridge. By the time that they get to my property, they're already at max speed.
Is that part of the Walker farm?
So I'm right next to Walker Farm. It used to be Audi Farm, right there. But by the time they get to my property, they're already at max speed, and that's whatever they want it to be. And I have a large volume, not large volume, I have a decent amount of people that come to my farm to buy produce and animal products directly from me. And one of those is a CSA program, which is where people pay me up front for produce, and they come throughout my entire growing season. For the first month in the weekly email they get, I say, please watch out for the traffic, because if you're not careful, you will get hit. everyone that's new to this program, by week 2, they say, thank God you put that in there, because I would have got smacked, their tail end, their front end, whatever end they were pulling out at, because of how quickly people go down that road. And there's a number of you folks that are retired, some people even send their kids that are new to driving, because they think it would be safe. And I'm very worried that eventually, there's gonna be a bad accident there, whether it's my future children, someone sending their children to pick up food for their families. So, you guys have been doing a very good job of making this going forward. I'm just here to display. It's very important.
What was your last name again?
Watts, W-I-T-T-S.
What's the name of your farm?
Watts Organic Farm.
What are you farming?
What am I farming?
Yeah.
I do certified organic produce and non-GMO pasture raised chickens and pork.
Thanks.
So was there another question?
Are you open now?
No, I'll be opening in June because the springs are miserable and can't stand growing produce right now. Well, yeah, I don't do asparagus because Walker's have been doing asparagus. It's 90 degrees and 32, so can't stand spring.
Thank you.
Absolutely, we'll just sign this here.
Someone else?
How you doing? My name is Justin Bear. I'm a lifelong resident of Salem County. I love living in Salem County. I live in Pittsburgh. I bounce around a little bit, but I love living in Pittsburgh. And I just recently moved onto that street and started a young family. And not too long ago, there was a pretty nasty accident on the street. The car flipped over, and I got 2 young kids on the street. And that's what I'm mostly worried about. My wife pulling out, going to work. She works at the township building in Pittsburgh. And I'm just nervous, like you said, about that hill, somebody flying down that hill doing who knows how fast. And there's times at night I'll be asleep in my bed, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you hear them going down the street like a rocket. And I really do think, having signage on that street would make a positive difference. Like I said, it's not going to be too much longer until my daughter's driving. And Lord knows I'm nervous about it as it is, but, just let alone all the, nobody's paying attention on the road anymore too. That's the other thing. So along with how fast they're driving and not really paying attention and focusing 100% on the road, it's dangerous out there. So I just wanted to show my solidarity with these other members of the community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Someone else like to step up?
Yeah, my name is Ken Porch. I live on 355 Fort Worth Road. I've been there for 21 years. And I have not seen the tractor and trailer or semi trucks up and down the road like I have in the past few years. We have those speed limit signs on our street, so for being an old country road, there's a lot of cars up and down that. It's really, in my estimation, is 60, 65. It's not out of question. I'm not getting any younger, and it's a little harder to make sure I get across the street to get my mail. And you really got to keep your eye out when the cars are coming at you, because you got to make sure you have enough time to get over and get back. So I'm going to thank Charlie for spearheading this, the speed limits and the 4-ton weight limit. And I would appreciate whatever he's going to do to help us get this over the hill. I want to thank him and Lady for opening up in prayer. And thank you very much.
Charlie, I don't know if you mentioned it, but one of the things they use that road for, occasionally they'll set up a DMV check right at 55, and it's a way for the tractor trailers to avoid that DMV check.
That's true.
They get on the radio and they know where it is, and they'll do anything to avoid that, and work pretty good with one they'll use.
You're right, because I work for Franklin Township, DPW, and I'm going over during 455, it's sitting right there. So I have,
Charlie, coming up? Not getting away with not saying anything.
Charlie, now, 31 Fort Ridge Road, 1.5. Fort Ridge Road Citizen Group that we put together almost 2 years ago. For the last 2 years, I've been kind of the face of the organization, shepherding these initiatives through the township committee, getting their support and getting them to have those resolutions to Waker Street Road and Coast Road at 30 miles an hour over to the county. Just one minor point of housekeeping. This RFP 26-05, can we assume that is for our traffic study for Fort Ridge Road?
Yes, I believe that is the purpose of that. And we explain to you this traffic study once a year, and usually by the end of August, it should be done.
Right, so 2605 is the contract for the study of Fort Ridge Road relative to the reposting at 30 miles an hour and the weight restriction. Is that what I'm
We
hearing?
are doing a traffic study on Fort Ridge
In
Road.
support of.
I don't have the exact wordage to the.
Understood. Right. Fair enough. So I just want to pick up a point that the commissioner made, Commissioner Ramsey, about the roads. Tuesday, your team was on our road, Fort Ridge Road, and they patched all the potholes for the winter. I've been there a couple of times, but they've done a 4.0 job. The road looks great. Our vision for this weight restriction is primarily that the NJDOT doesn't want these tractor trailers on local residential roads. They want them out on the New Jersey freight network. That's why they build it. That's why they put tens of millions of dollars along just our little section between, Woodstown to Maui, and improving the geometric design of the road, signalization, all the intersections. Our view is what the NJDOT and the South Jersey Transportation in their forward 2050 document say is, look, we want these trucks on the roads that are built for. The point being that if we don't fix this issue of these commercial trucks using our road, our little local access road as a bypass Route 40, we're going to spend millions and millions of dollars of taxpayer dollars over the next decade repairing roads that they're using to circumnavigate their way around the freight network that we're also paying for with our gas fuel taxes. So we're paying double taxation. Point is, our vision is pretty simple. We restrict that road. You guys have done a great job patching it, right? It's sound as a pound for traffic, car traffic, and and light vehicles under 4 ton. Get the trucks off there. It's patched. It's not the greatest road in the world, but now you've got the abuse and the wear and tear no longer on that road. Kick that road down the plan for your maintenance, right? Get your long-term maintenance. Sorry, okay, I'm done. Take care.
Anyone else in the public? Our next meeting is on May 6th at 6 o'clock. Got the first word up, please? This will be our last 6 o'clock meeting, May 6th, right here. As you see here, we do have a closed session. We do not anticipate any motions coming out of closed session. So I want to say, I anticipate 15, 20 minutes. And everything motion right here is a motion to adjourn. That's what we anticipate. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate every one of you and well said and well spoken. What a great plan we put together. So thank you. Can I get a motion to go to closed session?
Resolution authorizing executive session, county sale and matters related to litigation, negotiation, and the attorney-client privilege.
So moved.
Second. I have a motion to second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. It's unanimous. Thank you very much.